Hello there, and welcome back to another edition of Did You Know? Today we're spotlighting some incredible things happening at our two fine arts academies, speaking with some GPISD alumni about the positive impact the arts have had on their lives and careers, and discovering all the awesome after-school programs keeping our students engaged and growing.
Did you know that Cimarron Elementary will be working with the Theater Under the Stars, the leading nonprofit music company in Houston, and Piper Elementary will be the new home to our Structured Learning Center Academy? And here's something even more inspiring. We have former GPISD students who came to our schools, fell in love with the arts, and are back now, either as teachers sharing their passion with the next generation, or as working artists performing in stage production and the performing arts community.
It's going really well. I can't believe that here we are. We've held this incredible community day where our parents came in and they helped us build props and set pieces.
Cimarron Elementary specifically, the students there were just like chomping at the bits, like really excited to get into the program. And it being an arts campus as well, they just really wowed us during the interview process. We were just excited to bring the program, so we're glad that we're working with them.
It's been amazing seeing at the very beginning. A grand majority of them haven't seen live theater before, so getting to be that first experience is like the best experience ever.
Students in our community and in general, I feel like struggle with the thought of feeling like part of something huge. We all have that yearning for connection and for unity. However, it's really rare that we have that specific calling with their name especially on it to be able to work together to form that community and take that leadership and ownership over what they're doing to be one of the puzzle pieces that puts the whole thing together.
The kids are so excited. The staff is excited. We can't wait until 3 more weeks, 4 more weeks, 5 more weeks. We are ready. And I usually don't get emotional. They laugh at me all the time because I'm not crying when the kids do anything, but today it touched me when they did Start With a Dream because I know they've been working hard. Because they dance every day with Start With a Dream.
It's been really amazing to see how the kids have taken a liking to being on stage, dancing, singing, putting all three together. They come to school every day now. They're happy to be in the building because they know at the end of the day, we have Frozen. We're just excited about our show in May and our kids performing at Seraphim Hall. I just can't wait to see them on stage. That is incredible.
So the Structured Learning Center is created for students all across our district that are most impacted with autism spectrum disorder. With a child with autism, it's regulating their body by movement and by whether it's dance or music. All those types of things can help to regulate their central nervous system, and that allows them to then be able to learn and process information better.
We're excited about welcoming some students with special needs from all over the district, some of which are our very own, as we wrap up year 2 of our Fine Arts Academy and embarking on our year 3 in the 26-27 school year.
So here we have music, PE, art, but we're gonna work with our structured learning staff, who's an elite staff, very well trained in special education. But we're going to utilize the staff here in the Fine Arts Academy to be able to work together. How can we incorporate some of those strategies that they use in their classroom and introduce it into our learning environment? So the collaboration is where we're really excited, how we're going to be able to work together to create a real learning environment that's both sensory friendly, but also working on academics as well. We met with our parents just last month and they're very excited. They were a little hesitant to move because many of them are on their home campus, in their neighborhoods. So, but once we introduced the different resources and our ability to work with our fine arts staff here and incorporating all those sensory activities and different strategies that we're going to be able to incorporate into the center here, they were very excited and they can't wait to get started.
It's always about what's best for the kids, not only at Piper, but also for the district. So we welcome them and we're just excited about what's to come.
So I actually got exposed to fine arts when I was in 4th grade. I was at Williamson Elementary, and we had the after-school program on Wednesdays that was called Pause. And one of the activities that you could do was theater. And so they would do like little cute musicals, and we would stay after on Wednesdays to like learn lines and learn songs, and then we would have a performance.
Yeah, I think about the young boy at Harvard Elementary who played the snare drum in the talent show and working with Miss Briggs and performing at the Relay for Life.
I remember being in high school and then finding that theater was really the only thing I really enjoyed, that I was really good at and wanted to continue. And I remember kind of joking in high school, my friends and I would say, well, one day you're gonna be the big little Miss Harris, because Miss Harris is very small and I'm very tall.
I was in class at Green Valley Elementary, and my first day and one of my first experiences with anything musical, I was sitting in class and she walked over to me and handed me this, it looked like a tree log. And so she put it in my hands and I'm just holding it like, what is this? And she turned it upside down and I heard a rain stick for the first sound, African rain stick. And that sound is still one of my most favorite sounds ever. It changed my life, it really did. I'll never forget that moment.
I had such an incredible time that I knew that no matter what in my life, I knew from that small age that I wanted to, continue doing fine arts once I was older.
It's played a tremendous part of my career. Currently, I am the host for the Indianapolis Clowns. I think about my time at Cobb, being in the band there, and then transferring to middle school, being in the band there, and being in the marching band, and getting to the senior high and being a part of the Gents, and doing the community service and things like that, of course, but also being a part of the STEP team and gaining my stage presence as an entertainer and performer now, and working with Miss Stell and Mr. Belcher doing Dreamgirls, doing Dreamgirls, and going all the way to UIL and things like that. So Galena Park has played a tremendous role in my upbringing and who I am as an artist today.
It's really cool that I started in high school thinking, I'm going to be a high school theater director someday. I went to college and went away from that and did professional, but ultimately, I ended up coming back home and being the big little Miss Harris that we said I was gonna be in 2005. So 20 years ago, we made a claim that I would be a theater high school director, and it did come true. Being in fine arts in Galena Park ISD, it just kept me on that path. I never worked outside of fine arts, and now I get to come back home and share my love of what I do, and hopefully in 20 years, my kids will come back being teachers, not knowing that that's what they're gonna do, but they end up doing that.
Well, I have 2 albums out right now. First album is Little Red Wagon. I released that 3 years ago. And then my latest album is Delayed Flights, which I released last year. And it pretty much merges all of the things that I've learned from my beginnings at Galena Park all the way until Texas Southern University and beyond that. I have a degree in classical music, which that is utilized. I'm the son of a pastor. I'm a father of a soccer player and break dancer, a husband of 18 years. And so literally I call it real music for real people, because it doesn't just identify with one culture or one genre, but it goes every direction that it can. And so it's really made to capture as many listeners as possible, because storytelling is more powerful than just playing a song.
Research shows overwhelmingly that participation in the arts and advanced training in the arts utilizes the entirety of the brain in ways that nothing else does, right? Students need the ability to understand and perform things like, calculus, and they certainly need to know how to write, but those things are singular in their nature. And when we put those things into art, whether it's making music or collaborative art or being in a theatrical production, when we do live MRIs of the brain lights up in ways that no other activity that is known to human beings utilizes. And then, of course, you can see we have a physicians orchestra made up entirely of medical physicians from the greater Houston area. They will all tell you over and over again how important and vital their fine arts education was to their further development. And we find examples in mathematics and engineering, in the space industry, and on and on. And I will remind everyone everybody that Albert Einstein played his violin every day.
Did you know that GPISD offers after-school programs to keep students engaged and learning? Not only do the after-school programs offer students a safe educational environment, but they also provide opportunities to participate in fun STEM, soccer, and entrepreneurship competitions. There really is something for everyone.
The 21st Century After School Program is basically what it says. It's a program after school hours for 2 to 2.5 hours, Monday through Friday, where students come and they continue their learning through tutoring, and we also have academic programs, and then they also have extracurricular activities that they participate in. We currently have 11 schools that have the program. We have 7 elementary campuses, and then we have 4 middle school campuses. They learn skills such as sometimes they have cooking classes, they have gardening clubs where they learn how to garden and cooking, like somebody comes in, teaches them about the ingredients and how to prepare things. Like the STEM Expo, they learn different things about STEM component. They've had field trips to the museum. They've had field trips to the Dynamo, where they actually get to go out on the field. The communities and schools have great partnerships with different businesses, and so at each family night there's a monthly family night where parents get to actually come in and participate. There's always a business that's at the event, such as Sam's Club has been at the event, the United Community Credit Union have been at different events. So it's just kind of a collaboration, and then just kind of kids get to see how all of that works together.
So, there you have it. From Fine Arts Academies sparking creativity, to alumni showing us what's possible, to after-school programs keeping us engaged and growing, GPISD truly is a place where every student can find their passion and reach their potential. Thanks for tuning in to Did You Know?